Hello again, everyone. So I just finished watching a documentary on Colleen Stan and her abuser, Cameron Hooker. Some of you might know that name, some of you might not. Feel free to Google it. I'd actually seen it before on TV. I'm not even sure when, maybe when I was in the middle of my abuse. But I had seen the whole case before. And then Rob Dyke actually brought it up in one of his recent videos. And then a friend brought it up in a documentary, sort of relating some of the similarities between her and my case, actually. And though I really do feel she had it worse in a lot of ways, I wasn't confined the way she was. There were still, sadly, similarities. And in watching the documentary go through the trial that she went through, it just, it made me feel a bit prepped. So in that case, it was a little helpful, but it was just also really anxiety filling and terrifying because it started making me think about the fact that they're going to be challenging the fact that I had the freedom to leave. And the fact that I spent years still in communications and relations with him before reporting it. So that is in particular what's going to be challenged about it, because pretty much no one understands why I continue to try to relate with him or why I still care about him, and I don't expect you to understand, but that is what they're going to be challenging. And I don't even understand anymore why I stayed for so long. At the same time, I assume the prosecution's going to be doing the same thing as in Colleen was her name, sorry, in her case, where they very much explained the victim mentality and victim attachments and stuff like that. It's just scary, I guess. To have seen, I don't know, it was... Before I saw the end of the documentary where you see him get convicted, like, there just actually seemed to be a little bit of doubt in terms of, like, well, if Colleen wanted to be there, then that somehow makes him not guilty of abusing her, if she wanted the abuse. If anybody wants that kind of abuse, they have mental health issues and they need help, and it's still not okay. So I have it on my side that I was a child at the time, so no matter whether I wanted to be there or not, he's still guilty of that because I was a child, so I don't have the ability to consent. But I'm still scared, which I suppose makes sense. Just thought I'd share that with you guys, I guess. You all seem really, really understanding. Thank you so much for your supportive comments in the past weeks. I know it makes sense for this to be scary. I know everything I'm going through is reasonable and all that jazz, but knowledge isn't necessarily understanding. So just because I know these things doesn't necessarily mean I know or understand how to apply them and not feel fear or apprehension or what have you. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm not so scared as to say I can't do it. I guess it's just not something that should be wished on anybody, really. So, that's the thing. So, this week I thought I'd just share with you guys that I am very scared. I'm scared. I'm terrified. But I'm working through it. Things are getting closer. Next Wednesday I'm meeting with the Crown Attorney. So, things are getting closer and closer. But staying strong best I can, coping best I can. You guys are being wonderful and supportive. Thank you so much again. And I'm going to keep up with you as best I can. I'm not so sure how able I'm going to be able to keep up with that in the next few weeks, but I'm going to try. And in the meantime, I actually just worked with Kristen from Like Kristen to do a collaboration, so be sure to check that out. And do stick around, because I'm going to get back on video making and doing the fully edited stuff eventually. But in the meantime, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for listening to my rants and my cries and my fears. And for just being your wonderful selves. I really appreciate you guys in my life. And as always, I hope you will join me again next week, where I rant or cry or try to teach you a little something that I've learned in life.